Hello, faithful friends of this channel. I hope your day is good. For those of you that have entered winter as I have entered, always be sure to protect yourself from the cold. And always keep a cup of coffee by your side, hot coffee or tea, so that you will be protected from the cold. I am going to talk about dibia among the Igbo people today. Without wasting too much time, speaking for the enlightened, speaking for the groups that have going through reformation, who will understand first and they begin to enlighten the others. The Igbo dibia is that figure you find in the first book of Samuel. Because we are not going to reinvent the wheel, we go to the source of Igbo history straight. Go to the first book of Samuel, look for that figure that Saul consulted when the animals of his father were missing. If you have visited an Igbo dibia before, I have visited, and on my mother's side, I am actually also of dibia stock. So I know the business. Visit an Igbo dibia. Unfortunately, you may not find authentic dibias now. A few elderly men and women in our rural areas may be authentic, but generally you are not going to find authentic dibias today because of our colonial experience. But if you are diligent enough, go to the rural areas, watch the Igbo dibia perform, compare with what you read in the first book of Samuel, and you will come away with the whole info. I will go forward to tell us what the Igbo dibia does. Some divine, that is, some do divination. We will call those ones soothsayers in the English language. Some give medicines as doctors do. In contemporary parlance, they are known as soothsayers. Some prophesy, we will call them prophets. These are the three areas you will find the Igbo dibia performing. This is a very important trade among the Igbos, and we are going to revive it. As we continue our rebuilding efforts, we are going to make sure we revive it. Those that give medicine among them, we will attach them to medical doctors. Doctors like Mzerabi Shira, Professor Francis Duru. We will attach them there. But most importantly, we are going to start from inception to make sure that if you have the gift of dibia, you have to learn a trade. You have to do what? You have to learn a business. You have to own a business. You could be a successful farmer. You could be a successful businessman. You could be a medical doctor. You could be a lawyer. And then you will practice dibia. You could be a professor. Why do we have to ensure that this happens? Because you will be dealing with holy things. Things that matter as life of human beings are concerned. So we don't want people who will depend solely on dibiaship to practice dibia craft. Because if somebody is giving medicine, the person has to be treated like a doctor. In normal, healthy societies, medical doctors are well taken care of, so that they will not be tempted to stray. You all understand what I mean by straying. I made inquiries from my mother before she passed on. I asked her, in pre-Christian times, what were the dibia like? She said, one thing was always common with the dibia. They were extremely hardworking individuals in the primary business that people did and earned a lot of money in those days, farming. She said most of them were very successful farmers. Why did they become successful farmers? So that they will not depend on dibia craft alone. We are going to make sure that this happens again as we bring back this business, which unfortunately has faded, and become perverted in a lot of ways. Thank you. Shalom. Have a beautiful evening.